Hey friends, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel, Football Therapy. With me, your host Jan. Hope you're doing well. Hair's a bit weird. I really do hope that. So we all good here? I think we're good. What's going on? Welcome back to Chelsea News, yeah? The daily series here on the channel. I feel like I'm not in the centre. There we go. The daily series here on the channel where I reflect on what's being said about Chelsea, giving you my opinion on it, more importantly, mate, asking for yours. Much to get into today. Lots to talk about. Transfer season, of course. Ousmane Dembele holding out for Chelsea offer. Ooh, that's what people want to hear. Dembele's free transfer in his prime, entering his prime, worked with Tuchel before. Lovely scenes. We're going to be reading an article on the Metro about that. Dipping into a Football.London article, and also I want to reflect on a quote from Simon Johnson of The Athletic talking about Tuchel and Lukaku. So much, my word, to get into. Please do drop a like if you want to show some sweet love and support to your local content creator, Jan. Subscribe if you want to. Just a click away. Make sure you hit the bell notifications icon if you choose to subscribe so you don't miss an upload. There's lots of uploads. Why would you want to miss one? Let's start off this quote. There's an article on The Athletic by Simon Johnson. He spoke about the Lukaku situation. Could he go this summer? He poses it's unlikely, largely down to financial situations with the new ownership. I literally just want to read this short quote that I actually tweeted out. It's to do with people's perception of Tuchel and Lukaku, that maybe he was lumbered with Romelu Lukaku, which I've sort of reflected on before. I kind of think largely yes, he sort of won the Champions League, and Abramovich was like, have a new contract, have an elite striker, he is who is available. And this, I'll read the quote now. He may have had other transfer targets in mind last summer, Thomas Tuchel that is, like the ambitious move for Dortmund's Erling Haaland. Of course, Man City got him, but they got him a year later when the release clause was active, and even then, the full pay package, including sign-on fees, agent fees, and wages, is pretty darn astronomical. It's not unreasonable for a player of his caliber, but it's still a huge financial package. But last summer, it was untenable. So it was the ambitious move for Dortmund's Erling Haaland, but when it emerged that signing Lukaku was more realistic, Tuchel was on board with that plan and played a part in convincing to sign him. Tuchel convinced Romelu to come to Chelsea. What managers do with signings, they're like, yes, come to us because you can be a great icon. You can score loads of goals. You know, Lukaku would have been sold a dream by Chelsea and indeed Thomas Tuchel. And Simon Johnson of The Athletic goes on here, which is pretty harsh, but probably fair. Or not harsh, stern, but fair. He says, the German is paid handsomely, as in Tuchel, is paid handsomely to A, improve individual players, and then B, make them gel as a team. He's saying, look, you're paid to improve Lukaku and make him gel into the team. And you could argue, perhaps neither's done. Also, I do want to step in here and say paid handsomely. Tuchel's I think it was the 6th or 7th highest, maybe 6th highest paid manager in the league, considering he just won the Champions League. There were so many. Conte's near the top, Guardiola's got paid more, Klopp's paid more, Rangnick was paid a lot more than him. Loads of managers got paid more than Tuchel, even though Chelsea is supposed to have all this money, and that was his pay rise money as well. So Tuchel isn't actually on that much money considering what he offers as a coach, but I think he's happy with what he earns. He's probably got incentives, if he wins stuff, and he knows he's got a great opportunity to do his work as Chelsea. And by the way, credit to Tuchel, he's always maintained this. He loves the working environment and relationships he has at Chelsea to do his work. So I don't think he wants to give that up. And, money's great, but, I don't think he's driven it with money. Did you know Simeone's the highest earning manager in the world? And it's not even close. That is wild, isn't it? I know this is a little tangent, and I kind of get it, because Diego Simeone made Atletico Madrid what they are. He's won, a couple of La Liga titles with them, taking them to Champions League final, I think. And without him, none of that exists. So I get it. He's their most prized asset, so they pay him the money rather than perhaps the superstar players. But it's literally double, maybe near triple of what Tuchel earns. It's absolutely insane. Anyway, tangent over. We are going to read this article on Ousmane Dembele from the Metro. But before we do that, let's quickly have an update on this Football.London article talking about, it's aggregated certain tweets essentially, and it's by Luis Pagratio, Daniel Khan. I never see my mate Dan Childs on here. I'm always looking at the journo's names, hoping it's him. Anyway, let's have a little read. Welcome to Football.London's live blog. So it's a blog aggregating, tweets essentially, but it's a great way of getting, football news. That's certainly how I do it a lot. This is the first full day of the Boehly Clearlake era, and there's already some big updates to bring you. The likes of Robert Lewandowski, Ousmane Dembele, Neymar, a few attacking targets that are all being monitored by the Blues to help improve the area of the pitch. Speaks of the £200 million fee. Now, at Blue Footy on Twitter, Vince, good guy, he's tweeted about Robert Lewandowski. La Liga president Javier Tebas on EFE said this, quote, "As of today, Barcelona cannot sign Lewandowski. They know their financial situation and the rules of the league. I don't know if they will sell Frankie de Jong or Pedri, but as they are, they have to sell players and certain assets." And by the way, this isn't just to register and sign Lewandowski, because they still have to sign him for a transfer fee. He's not a free transfer, and he'll demand big wages, because that's why he's leaving Bayern, I think. They can't register Andreas Christensen at the moment. How are they going to sign Lewandowski on top? So this is, this is, they don't own Ousmane Dembele anymore. He's gone. They try to offer him contracts to stay, but they're just not in a financial position. So he will leave. We'll get more on Ousmane Dembele, but this is really, really interesting. There's another tweet here from Football Transfers saying Bernardo Silva would like to join Barcelona this summer and leave Man City. Again, Bernardo Silva is a huge profile player. Very talented, just won the best domestic competition in the world in the Premier League. Where's Barcelona getting the money for this? So a lot of people are thinking, loan Lukaku to Inter, sign Robert Lewandowski. Now this is pretty FIFA manager mode vibes. But where else is Lewandowski going to go? We've already reflected here on the channel about how, how he's reluctant to come to the Premier League, Robert Lewandowski, or has been for a while, and you kind of get it. He's going to be turning 34, and he's seen strikers come to the Premier League and fail, and he knows he's getting older, so does he want to go to a faster and more physical league to score less goals? It can be daunting, I guess. He'd probably rather just bang loads of goals in the Bundesliga or La Liga, and best of luck to him, why not? So we'll see what happens there. Maybe we know Tuchel loves Lewandowski. He's referenced him a few times before, and reports suggest Thomas Tuchel loves Robert Lewandowski. So we'll have to watch that space, mate. Chelsea have reportedly missed out on Aurélien Tchouameni. Fabrizio Romano tweeted this. Tchouameni and his agent have reached a verbal agreement with Real Madrid last weekend before the UCL final. His priority has been clear for weeks. Real have improved their bid by to €80 million plus add-ons. PSG is still pushing, talks progressing. It would be so funny if PSG takes Tchouameni away from Real Madrid after taking, keeping Mbappe when they thought they were getting him. But I think Real Madrid are going to get Tchouameni. They've got Camavinga and Tchouameni, two very young, amazing French midfielders to essentially succeed, Modric and Kroos. Casemiro is only 30, I think, but they've sorting themselves out. This is great planning. This is great, business, essentially. Vince at Blue Footy tweeting this. Dean Jones says, missing out on Tchouameni is a slight frustration for Chelsea but West Ham aren't making any breakthrough with Rice. Essentially, frustrating to lose out on Tchouameni. No breakthrough with Rice in terms of a new contract, and that's going to lead to more rumours when the window opens next week. Tuchel really, really wants him. This is not the first person to say Thomas Tuchel really wants Declan Rice. I think he genuinely does. I think there's, loads of credible, reputable sources saying this. It's just going to cost so much money. That's the only thing. Absolute Chelsea tweeting, Sterling, Nkunku, Jonathan David, Darwin Núñez, and Ousmane Dembele are all targets for Chelsea this summer. Probably as well. I think we've reported on those targets before. Robert Lewandowski. So these are all names we've got to watch, and we will keep a close eye on. But let's talk about Ousmane Dembele, because this is someone I realise we've been recording for a while. And I really do want to reflect on this. So this is coming from the Metro. Barcelona winger Ousmane Dembele, well, he's not a Barcelona winger anymore, has been holding out to receive an offer from Chelsea, according to reports. The 25-year-old is out of contract with Barca, allowing him to leave Camp Nou as a free agent. Chelsea, meanwhile, have been unable to offer him new contracts due to the sanctions that we got in March, of course. But now the Todd Boehly Clearlake consortium officially completed the takeover, Chelsea are now free to sign players, the sanctions have been lifted, the curse has been lifted, everyone, etc. Dembele has held talks with Barcelona over a new contract, but according to PA News Agency, the French winger has been waiting on Chelsea's ownership situation to be resolved before making a decision over his future. And Chelsea could have also have an advantage during negotiations, as Thomas Tuchel has already a positive relationship with Dembele from their time together at Dortmund. Quote, he is a very good player. I'm very fortunate to have trained him in my time at Dortmund. That's what Tuchel said about Dembele. He's also referenced him before as the most talented and gifted player that he's ever coached. So he can take corners with both feet. He can take penalties or free kicks with both feet. He can dribble. He loves Dembele, Tuchel. Meanwhile, Barcelona president John Laporta revealed last week that Dembele has set a deadline to decide whether he'll sign a new contract with the club. Quote, he has our proposal, spat on the mic, and his date to decide, but there is no more room to improve the offer, Laporte said. That isn't surprising, guys, because like we said a couple of minutes ago, they're seemingly in financial ruin, Barcelona. They can't, as things stand, register Andreas Christensen. We have been preparing for next season for some time, and it is an issue that we are stuck because the agent does not respond to our offer. It looks like they are making a counter proposal. There is a priority right now, which is to get our finances back on track. There's a lot of players that we are speaking with, and operations that are pending, but La Liga is not helping us. The criteria is very restrictive. Rules are rules, big man. You know the situation, you know the landscape, you know the climate, you know the league you're playing in. You got to play by the rules, man. Real Madrid are apparently doing it somehow, so you got to figure out how to do it yourselves. They've been run so poorly for a long time now, Barcelona, and they've kind of left themselves in a really precarious situation. Which is fun. It's fun. We're Chelsea fans, most of us, I imagine. If you're a Barca fan, my sympathies. But, Chelsea and Barcelona have had a, kind of peculiar rivalry over the years in Europe and stuff. And why not? Why not enjoy, I don't want to see them go out of business, of course, but seeing them struggle financially is no tear. They steal everyone's players. So for once, a little bit of difficulty isn't going amiss. So Chelsea, hopefully, can sign Ousmane Dembele for a free transfer. Hopefully for reasonable enough wages. Maybe Chelsea will be inclined to do it because, if he gets paid Timo Werner money, he should be happy. But the thing is, free transfers often try and get paid more. But you don't want to mess up the sort of salary wage bill harmony in the dressing room. Timo Werner is Chelsea's second highest owner behind Romelu Lukaku. You could make a very strong case for neither of them earning those wages as much as, I like Timo Werner and his effort and his work rate, as much as I think Romelu Lukaku is a talented striker when utilised appropriately. It is what it is. Guys, I'm going to wrap up. Let me know what you think. I'm keeping a very close eye to all these news developments, so make sure the bell notifications icon is turned on if you choose to subscribe, and thank you for dropping a like on the video and commenting, because the interactions do help. I'm out. See you very soon. Peace.
Way so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo, chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me, baby.